What a night at Anfield. Liverpool won, Real Madrid 0 in the Champions League. And it wasn't just a win, it was a statement. And today we're breaking down how Liverpool outsmarted Madrid tactically, what that tells us about Arne Slot's system, and what it means heading into a massive Premier League clash with Manchester City this weekend. Hey everyone, if you're new here, welcome to the channel, Red Tactics with Neil. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, that could come later, but hit that like button, that really helps the algorithm, really trying to get this channel out there. But let's start with the structure here in that match that we saw last night. So Arne Slot's setup was all about compactness and control. And Liverpool didn't go chasing the ball, they controlled space instead. And Madrid had more of the ball, I think about 60% of the ball possession, but they struggled to break Liverpool down. Ibrahima Konate was a wall at the back, calm, physical, and always reading the game. You know, one step ahead. Brilliant. Connor Bradley, let's just pause there for a moment. He deserves huge credit. That young man pocketed Vinicius Jr. For most of the night. Madrid's biggest threat was neutralized. And, that came down to positioning and discipline. I think in the previous match, he did the same to Kylian Mbappe. And I think he's trying to make a serious name for himself in this fixture and also as a starter for Liverpool at right back. And I think he well deserves to be recognized. And I think we need to hand him his flowers. He done a fantastic job of pocketing Vinicius Jr. And you could see Slot's fingerprints all over this. Defend as a unit, pick the right moment to press and punish them in transition. Now, the winning moment, in the 61st minute, was it? Liverpool get that free kick. Szoboszlai whips in a perfect delivery, and Alexis Mac Allister rises to head it home. 1-0 Liverpool. But it wasn't just about the set piece itself. It came from controlled aggression, forcing Madrid into mistakes, loved it, and earning dangerous fouls and making every dead ball count. And what I loved was how patient Liverpool were. In previous seasons, we might have overcommitted or forced the tempo, but here we waited. We struck when it mattered. And that's maturity, eh? That's definitely maturity. And that's Arne Slot's football at its best. It's calculated chaos. Now, let's just stick with Alexis Mac Allister for a moment. But he was immense. Beyond the goal, his midfield control and work rate anchored everything. Beautiful movement. Definitely fantastic to see him link with Szoboszlai in that midfield and, just linking up, creating that pivot. Beautiful to see. And Szoboszlai's delivery was sharp all night and mixed and coupled that, just going back to it again. Bradley's defensive performance, I think it deserves every bit of praise it's getting. Now, I just want to pause for a moment thinking about the night itself. I'm going to talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold, now in white and no longer in red. But he got a frosty reception at Anfield. And while he had a very, very few decent moments going forward, Liverpool clearly targeted his side with energy and aggression. And that narrative added that spice I mentioned. But the focus stayed where it should, on the performance. This was one of Liverpool's most disciplined European performances under Slot. Defending deep but smart, covering the gaps, using transitions intelligently. It wasn't about flash, it was about control. And that's what separates a side that hopes to win, and especially to win trophies, from a side that actually can. Now, if I could mention, if there's one area to tighten, it's our attacking rhythm in the first half. We were a bit too cautious at times, and against top sides like City, we'll need to be braver with the ball, especially in the midfield build-up and the final third decision-making. But overall, this was the kind of performance that builds belief, not just the results, but in identity. Next up, Manchester City. And I think this is a side that are trying to really solidify their position in the Premier League again and to just show why they are still a force to reckon with. Now, tactically, here's what Liverpool need. So Liverpool's going to have to be compact. You know, those compact lines are going to be important. And City thrive in half spaces. You know, we can't leave them gaps between the midfield and the defense. The second thing that we're going to have to keep in mind here is that we've got to have those quick transitions. That Real Madrid goal, that's the blueprint. And City will give us fewer of those moments, but when they come, we've got to be ruthless. And the third thing that Liverpool will need to keep top of mind is energy management. After a big European night, the physical and emotional recovery is vital, and Slot's rotation choices will matter. If Liverpool carry the same discipline they showed against Madrid and add a bit more sharpness going forward, we can absolutely go toe-to-toe with City. Now, this win wasn't just about beating Real Madrid. It's about proving that Liverpool's tactical evolution is real. We defended with intent, attacked with clarity, and we showed the mentality of a side growing into a new era. It's beautiful. Let me know in the comments who stood out the most for you last night. And what do you think we should be tweaking going into that City game? Well, I'm Neil. This is Red Tactics with Neil. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit a like button, share, and follow for more fan-driven insights. Until next time, up the Reds.